Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again for another video. I really appreciate you coming to listen, coming to hear what I have to say and finding value in it. I really appreciate everybody who subscribed as well. Thank you so much. It's really very much appreciated, and if you've not subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot of content coming, and I'd love for you to be part of this community that I'm trying to build, which is a community of education and healing. So I welcome you to hit that button, and also if you find the content valuable, then do give me a like, because it supports the content, it helps it to get in front of other eyes and ears, which is awesome, and I think this information is important. So pay it forward, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So today I want to talk to you about the narcissist wanting to come back, and what goes on in the narcissist mind when they want to come back, and what the thought process is behind that. So let's get into that. So this narcissist wants to come back. They are coming for the Hoover, and for those who already know the Hoover, already familiar with the terminology, obviously you will know that the Hoover is them essentially sucking you back in. Don't want to teach you to suck eggs, just for the people that are kind of new or fresh to this type of content. The Hoover comes after the cycle has been executed, let's say. So this pathological cycle that this narcissist, this terminally disordered individual has ingrained in their existence, is the toxic cycle of the love bomb, the devalue stage, and the discard stage. Now, these narcissists, as we know, as some of us do know, very much aware, they love to build people harems. And this is the harem merry-go-round, as I like to call it, and it's essentially a shelving. It's a collection of shelved people. So they do this shelving and they put people to the side that they have used up, essentially in their mind. They've used up the potent supply that they give, and now they've moved on to somebody else, but they might want to come back and use this person for another round of supply. Now that might look different for different people, and we'll get into that in a moment, but essentially they have shelved you, and now they want to come back and hoover you. So they want to come back, but rest assured that the reason why they want to come back isn't to do you anything good. There's nothing positive at all in the Hoover. In fact, what's behind that Hoover is absolutely and completely insidious. It's of bad intention, and it's destructive to the core. So the reason why they want to come back isn't because of what you might think. And we'll get into that in a moment as well. Because when you first come across this narcissist, you thought, and I thought, and rightly so, they want to come into my life for the same reason as I want to come into their life. You know, they want to build a relationship, or at least see if this could turn into a relationship. Excuse me. They have the same intention for me as I have for them, and this is something that could turn into something. We as two human adult beings, are kind of coming together because we're attracted and we find some commonalities, but that isn't actually why they come into any type of interaction. So a narcissist only chooses people. It's not for a relationship. It's never for a relationship. It's never to keep them. It's never to build with them. The narcissist has one intention in mind when they choose a person, and that's to discard them. Because they cannot go the distance. They cannot love anybody. They're incapable of having a healthy long-term relationship. And besides that, that's not what they want. They don't want love. They don't want that. What they want is attention, admiration, and overall they want supply. So when they've come into your life, they've entered your life through your inner child. Lots of emotion, lots of pulling on heartstrings, lots of, you know, emotive gestures and kind of emotive interactions, high passion, you know, lots of admiration, lots of kind of bringing you out of yourself, you know, in an idealization sort of in kind of way. So the reason why that is because a narcissist can only deal in your emotion. So that's their entry point. They get you in your inner child. They enter your life through your inner child. They have a very egotistical existence, so they're only operating perpetually within their ego, which is within their emotions. And they might explicitly even say to you, because some of them say some really bizarre things and they do some despicable things, okay, but they might even be explicit with it because they do say some odd things. And I'm sure that when you think back as well, you'll think, yeah, actually, that was a little bit off key. That was out of pocket. That was bizarre and odd, you know. You'll start to recall certain things and you'll think, yeah, actually, this was, these were red flags were flagging all over the place, you know. And I've been there. I've ignored the red flags too, so no judgment from me. But they do say some bizarre things, and sometimes they will explicitly say they don't want to deal with your logical side. That's because logic is reality. A narcissist they don't operate in reality. They operate in a reality, but it's not the same reality as we operate in, because we deal in objective reality, okay? The narcissist deals in this distorted, deluded, skewed reality where their feelings are facts. So that's their reality, and that's why they get you in this whirlwind of emotion. So when they entered your life, they entered you through your inner child. And you're looking across from this person and you're thinking, this is an adult, walks like an adult, talks like an adult, probably has the demeanor of an adult during this love bombing stage because they need to get everything just right. And they imitate these adult behaviors as well. They pick up things from people. They kind of cherry pick parts of, you know, the people that they idealize or that they go after, and they mimic those behaviors. So you think you're dealing with a sound and a reasonable and rational adult, but in fact, and this is something that really kind of blew my mind when I did my own research and came to my own understanding. So, you know, drop a comment or give me a like if you have kind of had your mind blown by this too. They are emotionally stunted. Okay, they're in an adult shell, but emotionally and mentally, the level that they operate at is that of a child. And the reason why is because they're emotionally stunted and they are kind of emotionally stuck at this stage of adolescence, I guess, where they were traumatized and where they experienced their trauma, and they kind of created this false self and they started to develop this disorder. So you'll find that sometimes even in their reactions, when you're having you know, it could be a conflict, it could just be a kind of everyday interaction, but where I seen it the most clear when I looked back, or even when I was in it, I thought this doesn't really feel right, this doesn't feel right as a reaction from this person, is when you catch them, right, in something that they've said or something that they've done, because they never will take accountability. They're always going to be either projecting, reframing something, you know, deflecting something. They're going to lie, they're going to wriggle out of it and use every abuse tactic in the book to do that. But before that, sometimes you will catch a glimpse of, if you catch them out, you'll catch a glimpse of them with this really childlike reaction, like a rabbit in a headlights kind of thing, you know. It's really quite bizarre to see. It's something that stood out to me. You know, it's like when you catch your child doing something that they shouldn't be doing, because I have a child, so I kind of been there, and I've seen it in my son. And you'd be like, and they'd be like, you know, like, I've caught you. But that's something that they do. So they'll have this kind of stunned type of rabbit in a headlight stare, you know, no blinking, just a kind of, oh. And then the abuse will pursue. Yeah, they'll gaslight you, they'll deflect, they'll project, they'll reframe things, they'll you know, they'll throw something out there that you did, and then we'll argue about that instead, you know. So when this narcissist wants to come back, all that being said, you know that you've got nothing good coming to you, because this person never wanted to have a relationship anyway, and they've got these bad intentions. Now, you could have left them, or they could have left you. It really doesn't matter too much, because essentially whatever happened in this relationship, whatever went bad, whatever went wrong, whatever the ending looked like, in their mind, it's all your fault. It's you that caused it. So never mind if they completely pulled the rug from under your feet and discarded you and was abusive and was cold and was hurtful. They want to come back. They probably need some more supply. They're probably depleting in energy because they're not being validated and admired and praised. So they want to come back. Or you did the discard. And now you've probably put them through narcissistic mortification, because it's been such a blow to their ego, because in their entitled mind, they never feel like anybody's going to leave them, you know, very distorted way of thinking. But when you do leave, that blow, that narcissistic injury is something different for them. So they've probably had the wind knocked out of them for a minute. And it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months. In some cases, it's years, but they'll come back. And they just want to come back for this sole reason. It's to cause more destruction. And what the best outcome for them would be is to destroy you completely. They have no good intention about coming back. All the pain that they've gone through, whether they've ran out and made the wrong choice, and they're kind of resenting that fact, it didn't work out for them, excuse me, or whether you left them and they've now had to take that narcissistic injury, they're coming back to make you pay for that, because that's your fault. Never mind that they're traumatized, that they're damaged, that they gaslighted you, they lied to you, they cheated on you, they may have stole from you, they may have put their hands on you. That none of that matters. It doesn't matter that they deflected and projected all of their baggage, all of their emotional negativity onto you. No, that doesn't matter, because it's your fault. You made them do that, and now you've got to pay for that, you know. That's the thought process when they want to come back to you. And obviously us as empaths or super empaths or just rational, reasonable adults that try to make sense of interactions or relationships that kind of go bad or go wrong or end in a way that you didn't envisage it ending. You know, any kind of conflict, as adults, as reasonable, rational adults, we'll, rightly so, kind of be sat there thinking, okay, well, maybe let this person explain themselves, because they're probably going to use words like, I think we should talk, you know, I don't want us to end like this, or I'd like us to have a conversation about the things that happened. You know, they might throw in an I miss you, they might throw in an I love you, they might throw in a, you know, I want to kind of explain why I did what I did, right? So we can get a little bit lost, we can get a little bit kind of you know, blindsided by the whole cycle. So it could be the fact that you're thinking, okay, well, you know, let this person explain themselves. And what also can happen is the fact that we've been through all of this abuse, right? And the effects of the abuse cause us to question ourselves so much that we probably still are questioning ourselves after this discard, you know. We're kind of second guessing our own intuition. You know, we're kind of trying to rationalize and explain, and that comes from a deeper place as well. And I'll be doing some videos and content around that, why we kind of lose this trust in ourselves, which I think is really important for healing. So these are some reasons why we would even give this, you know, pathologically disordered soul destroyer a chance to even explain themselves, because we're confused, we're not trusting ourselves, and we're still trying to get answers, we're still trying to understand. So we'll have this conversation with the narcissist. Maybe they will take that fake accountability for what they did, for all of the things they did. But this is what they'll do. They'll say something like, well, you know, I'm sorry that this happened. And they might even not say sorry, but their apology is always fake, because what they'll do is they'll explain, they'll do their little spiel, and then they'll say, but. And then that negates everything that they've said before that. Because what they essentially want to do is put that but in there, so that everything that comes after that but is on you. So you'll hear, okay, I did this, okay, I did that, I know I did this, I know I did that, but. And then it'll be all directed at you, it'll be all projected, deflected, and blame shifted onto you. Because in their mind, these people, in their mind, everything that they did that was wrong, they did it because you made them did it. And they will tell you that, well, if you didn't do this, or if you didn't say that, or if you didn't act like this, then I wouldn't have done that, you know. And this is their way of getting back into your life in an abusive way. But because we are already in this kind of emotional state that we're in, it's very easy, and they know they've got one shot to get this right, to pull you back into their clutches. So they'll do it very subtly sometimes, but you can bet your life on it that when they come back with this fake apology, with this fake accountability, that it'll be something but you. It's your fault. Because in their mind, anything that they do, you should just be okay with it. And anything that happened, it was because of you. It's your fault. It's never their fault. So they cannot take accountability. They are pathologically disordered people. And this disorder doesn't change. It's a sickness. You know, these people are mentally sick. So they're coming back for one reason and one reason only. To get back their own little, you know, revenge, their get back on the fact that you left them and they had to go through emotional pain and that narcissistic injury, or they left you and whatever they left you for didn't work out, and so they're having to, you know, be without this dopamine, this reinforcement of their ego, this praise, this adoration. And they want to take it all out on you. And plus the fact that they are just never happy, never satisfied anyway. They can never be in a state of contentment. They've got a noisy soul, they've got a noisy mind, and it's all negative. And they need to take that out on somebody, because they need to emotionally dump it onto somebody else. And they want you to be that person. So that's why they're coming back. They're never ever, under any circumstances, they're never coming back to do anything good for you in your life. They're not coming back because they feel like, I need to make up for what I did wrong. You know, like an emotionally healthy, mentally stable person who may have dropped the ball, may have made mistakes, because we're all adults, we're all human, and we've all made mistakes. And I dare say we all will make more mistakes, right? But this is not what that is. This is not what that is. What this is it's a way for them to enter back through your inner child and get back and get their own back and cause more destruction. They basically want to finish you off, and what they want to do is leave you in a state where you are basically unable emotionally to connect to somebody else and have that healthy relationship. because in their minds that means that they've won. And this is how this disorder is set up. It's poisonous, it's totally toxic, and it doesn't change. The show must go on, the cycle must go on, and it's only the people that change. So with that being said, I encourage you to run as fast as you can away from this person. If you can, go no contact. And if you're in a position where you can't get out just yet, then please try and make the steps to do so. I'm going to be discussing on my next video some tools, some methods, that you can equip yourself with to be able to keep them at arm's length for those people that it's not practically possible to go no contact with, because I think it's really important. But I'm going to leave the video there, and I really hope you all stay safe and take care of yourself. And thank you again for being awesome and supporting the content. And let's have a discussion in the comments, because I've been really enjoying getting to know people in the comments. So hit the subscribe button, guys, give me a like, and I'll see you in the comment section. Until my next video, ciao for now.